Welcome, folks, to the final round of the Power Series. My name is Ernest Page, of course, joined, as always, by the lovely lady over here, and Simone. And Simone, you normally do the introductions, but this time you've invited me to start the show.
I thought I'll get you back just because it's the last one.
Thank you.
That's the only reason.
It.
And because I want some juice about what happened earlier in your race, but we'll get to that soon.
Exactly. But, folks, it is not racing yet. It's qualifying at the moment. There was racing early on, but I know when you look at your screens, it looks like it's racing because the GTI Challenge guys know how to put in a show.
Oh, of course they do. Of course they do. And guys, this is the last one of the year.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, and it's going to be fun because there are going to be celebrations upon celebrations afterwards.
Oh, yes.
I've heard some talks about what these guys are going to do on the track once they're done racing, and I can't wait.
I've never done a donut in a supercar yet, so today we're going to find out what that's like. But when it comes to the final race of the year, there are always big consequences. There are always lots of storylines. Some championships are done, some championships are coming down to the wire, and that's why the last race of the year is always an exciting event. It's going to be one of those days where these drivers, like myself, that, here's the subtle brag, by the way. Here's the subtle brag. Like myself, that has already clinched the title. I want to race hard today. I want to have fun today, but I also don't want to spin out like I did in race one.
You spoiled it. No, you totally spoiled it. Okay, so let's catch them up. Foster on corner. Last lap.
Second last lap.
Second last lap.
Yeah.
Bye, Ernest. Bye.
So Glenn.
He just wanted to turn around and come back.
I did want to. Well, I was my pirouette though. That was pretty cool. I was quite happy with that.
Classy.
So I ran onto the marbles on the outside, and these cars don't like that at all. And I kind of knew that, but I've never really tried it properly before. And when it happened, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I've got someone here from Supercars that's going to chat to you guys for a short moment. Big J, join us over here.
Come on in.
Yeah, come on,
guys.
Hopefully we're not putting you directly in this glorious Cape Town sun over there.
Yep, I'm sweating here big time in this little chair. I won't lie, it's quite hot.
Jay, from your perspective, Formula Supercars, it's been growing this year. The numbers are up. You part of Team Hobo. HSC, got the HSC cap on going as well there. What's it been like being part of the supercar growth this year and also just part of the crew?
Well, it's fantastic just to go around and get some knowledge about what's going on the track and seeing the guys go around the corners and, you know, just talking to the guys about what advantages they can get and how their setup's all looking. So, yeah, it looks like it's going from strength to strength with Lime Property pulling in with a lot of sponsors. I think that's definitely helping.
Absolutely. Couldn't do it without those sponsors,
yeah, definitely. I just also want to say congratulations to this man for being the winner of the 24 Culture on Supercars and doing it in a fantastic format with one race to go, or the whole race day to go.
Thank you.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good season. It's been a great year. Thanks to Cultron, of course, for pulling me in, getting the car. Thanks to our series sponsor, Lime, and of course, my main sponsor over here, Mischief Garage, Hat Dynamics, RDSA, Fury Autosport, all my sponsors. Thanks so much for making this possible. Again, motorsport is about relationships like this one over here, and it's about friendships. It's about supporting one another. I myself am a sponsor as well, and without that ecosystem that happens here at the track, none of this would have happened. I mean, we got Lime Property sponsoring the whole event, for goodness sakes. So without that ecosystem, and I'm sure the same can be said for the guys at the V8.
And I even know for a fact that it spans outside of the Power Series as well. As an example, Dexter Bruce Races is sponsored and also sponsors my nephew in Stock Cars. So that's a small world when I started doing this. Okay, interesting information.
Shout out Dexter Bruce.
So this whole entire racing community, just outside of the Power Series, it's all really supportive of one another.
Yeah, it really is a community. Jay, any closing thoughts from you going into the last race of the season for Supercars and for everybody here?
Oh, well, I mean, Carl looks like he might wrap up second for the championship. That's really well done for him. I've seen some good racing from Robin De Vos. I mean, the fellow Mexican from Milton, Robin De Vos, he did really well.
How good is that?
And yeah, I mean, being on Carl's rear end the whole 4 laps in a row.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did well.
His second race in the
He
last
did well.
race. He got
He did
third
well.
overall. This
He
is
did
doing
very
really
well.
well. So I must admit compliments to him for his race.
And tonight we celebrate, eh?
Oh, I think there's going to be some celebrations.
I hope no one has any family events on tomorrow, and if they do, I apologize on behalf of the racers for what they're going to look like tomorrow.
I've got no family lunches that I need to turn up to hungover tomorrow. That's not happening.
Sounds like a beach day tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time. Cheers. Well, there you go, Big J
Yeah.
from Supercars, and we've got plenty more guests coming. We've got the commentary team coming to join us today, but let's go look at those qualifying times. It's almost done with qualifying. Yuri Swart, no surprises there. Hintenhouse in second place in Class A. Yuri Swart in first place. In Class B, Kalfi in first position. Faisal Jacobs, Zaki Hendricks in third place. Then we got Mark Fontini in first place. Tristan Joubert second place in Class C. Let's go through some of the storylines over there. Oliver Hintenhouse races multiple cars at this stage. Yuri Swart, I think he's locked up the championship already, if I'm not
I think
mistaken.
there was an 8-point difference between him and
Yeah.
Marco Brusi,
Yeah.
so I was hopeful. Sorry,
Yeah, Marco
not biased
Busi at the
all.
moment fourth, but it's not over yet. Then we got Shane Williams further down the order, the man that's returned. Faisal Jacobs in second place in Class B, looking good. Unfortunately, the two champion brothers don't look like they are in here at all. We got both Van Eden brothers out today, one with a broken rib, as
my
far as I know.
goodness.
Yeah, exactly. They're lifting heavy, these youngsters, eh? They're lifting heavy. Then we got Daniel Sandenberg in Class B, who now has one of his best results ever, currently sitting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place after an engine swap. Waylon Volksking looking good out there. Razik Harris back, and Dario Busi also back, but this time in Class B. Still trying to find some pace over here by the looks of things. Yeah, so what an interesting day so far it has been. Let me just see if I can get this order correct here. I think we might have our orders a little bit mixed up here. There we go. Okay, so there we go. In pole now, and I apologize, folks. I have to apologize. I think we had our orders mixed up here. We got Nathan Victor in pole position. I apologize. Marco Busi in second place. There we go. Dylan Joubert, Tate Bishop, Yuri Swart. And then I'm trying to find, yeah, I don't see him on here. I don't see him on here. There we go. There's Yuri Swart over there in 5th place.
Oh, wow.
I'm so used to
Something
looking at
must
the top.
have happened there.
Dario
We're going to
Busi-
have to get some scoop on that one.
Dario Busi, this looks about right. In 1st place in Class B is Dario Busi, followed by Noura Bas. Then we've got Mark Fontini, followed by Adriano Ferroli in 2nd place. That will be his first time on the front row. I've been saying this kid has improved over time. I was driving behind him the other day, and I'm not sure if it was him driving. Apparently, he was sharing the car with someone. But Ferroli has come a long way. Big shoes to fill if your surname is
Very.
if your
I don't
surname
know if I would do it,
If your
honestly.
surname's Ferroli, you better win.
Yeah.
So well done to him, front row of the grid. Congratulations on that. Qualifying's over for GTI Challenge, and I apologize for getting those times wrong for all the family and friends out there. The timing is now correctly set up on our device over here. When it comes to the racing today, I'm doing the BMW series later on. Again, another fantastic series that's blossoming into fruition at the moment. What are you looking forward to today?
I think these GTI guys, because they are so competitive. So competitive. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, especially since it's the last one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then obviously your class, I know you've already taken it, but it's super exciting to watch.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. With today, as I said,
Especially when we do some ballerina moves on the track.
it's called a pirouette, okay? So today specifically, the gloves are off. I've even told my competitors, no tactics today. I'm just going to race hard, and whoever ends up in front by the flag, that's who ends up in front by the flag. So let's see if I'm actually going to do that, guy. Maybe the tactics come out for race 2. But the GTI Challenge, guys, definitely. Last race of the season, the GTI Challenge, guys, it always gets a bit rough out there. So hopefully today it doesn't get too rough.
Yeah, safety first, guys. Safety
first. It doesn't get too rough out there as we wait for the next group of qualifiers to come out. And I've got to leave here at about 10 o'clock. So in the meantime, let's get one of the commentators in here. And I think we can start with Gary if he's available. And then I'm going to jump out for this one because you're the main host now. I'm just the visiting host. I'm going to go hang out the back there with your husband.
Yeah.
We're going to go watch what's happening. Folks, I'll be back shortly. But in the meantime, I'll leave in the hands of the esteemed commentator, Gary Gaza.
Brushing himself off,
from the
making
Second
sure
Gear
it's looking
Talk
good.
show. Gary, over to you. I'm going to let you, there's your microphone over there, and then I'm going to squeeze by over here. I'm going to squeeze by the camera over here quickly.
Now we've got two good-looking people here.
Are we on?
We're on. Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, lekker.
I'm so excited because it's the last race of the season.
Well,
is everybody feeling this way? Is it not just me?
In real terms, in motorsport, normally towards the end of a season, the numbers go down. Not at Killarney International Raceway. there was years back, it sounds weird to refer to COVID as years back, where Frankie and myself would sit here and we'd look around, and there's not a single person because nobody's around to be here. And the messages have been given to the guys in the pits. You can't share sandwiches and spanners. You're not allowed to go from one pit to the other. And we predicted that motorsport's going to take a serious dip. Well, people have cut on something else, garden services, their wives, or they've either to stick with their wife or their girlfriend, not both. But the guys are out there in racing, and
Absolutely.
it's brilliant. And in fact, we've got record numbers in a lot of the classes. If you think the Formula Libras, there was a time that there were 6 and 7. It was a case of this, he's dying. With the supercars, it was a case of this is dying. No, it is not. It's actually very, very.
And we introduced that brand new class of the BMW concept cars, which has been super exciting. And I also think it's Cape Town. It's summer. Well, sometimes Cape Town doesn't know that it's summer, but it is summer, so everybody wants to get out and about.
There's enough wind to convince you that it is summer in Cape Town. The BMW class, let's just talk about that. There's always been this talk about clubmans and restrictions and what have you, and if you want to get really competitive, Class A, Class B, Class C, with the GTI Challenge. But there was nowhere to go for these top-end BMWs anymore, and it was like, when it was thought of, and it was a case of like, why didn't we think of this before?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's clear as daylight in hindsight.
I spoke to, sorry to interrupt you there, I spoke to one of the BMW concept guys last time that we were here, can't remember his name, Red BMW, and he said he used to race in Joburg, and this is the first time.
Probably.
Yes, that's it, thank you. And this was the first time that there is something that suits his car, because he has always been some restriction, I can't do this because I only have X amount of doors, or I can't do this because of, and finally he has a place, and he has a spot.
It wasn't his wife, it was restricted.
No, it wasn't. It was the rules. It was the rules.
Well, the BMW class, Dexter Bruce, when he mentioned it to Frankie phoned me. Literally, he put the phone down, he phoned me, he said, it's happening. I said, what? He says, remember what we spoke about all the years? It's happening. I said, you serious? He says, it's happening. Dex is on it, Ernest is on it, Margaret is on it, Neanderthal is on it. The guys are getting going, and that is definitely one of the classes for the future. Does that, to my mind, solve the problem for clubmen going into the modern era, not losing out on class D, E, and F cars because of the speed variation? Because if it gets so much faster, you take away the class D, E, F, because it's not nice to do 180 and a Beamer comes past you at 225. It kind of rocks you at 180.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you wipe the tears out of your eyes, you're down in Pertamina Fastron already. So yes, brilliant concept.
Awesome. And what else are we looking forward to today in terms of being the last year? I know there's going to be lots of excitement and lots of celebrations. Any of the other clubs? One thing I do, I'm looking for someone who has information for me. The Latari is not here today, but there is a sexy black car with some, I think it's gold trimming that I saw. That, I'm telling you, Craig, cameraman, we need to go get an interview about that car later.
Another Neanderthal.
Yes, beast. I'm calling it a beast because I can just see.
Methinks that one has got a VW motor in it, if I've got it correct.
I think so too. But it's sexy as all hell, guys. So I want to see that on the track today for sure.
If it's something that Neanderthal is built or sets up, it's going to be quick. There's no doubt about it. But for you, the guys at home, a big thank you. If we look at what we had 12 months ago and what we've got now, going from 5,000 views to an average of 11,500 views per show. Thank you to all of you at home. And keep in mind that viewership that you guys is doing, it makes it easier for riders and drivers to get sponsors because there is so much more coverage. So yes, we prefer you to be down here, and there's lots of people up on the embankment on the main grandstand. The infield on the inside of Sorrel Sweep is also pretty packed, so it would be preferable to get you here. But if you're outside of Cape Town, can't go wrong with IMUSAT.
Exactly.
And congratulations to the IMUSAT team that's just lifted everything, and now you've got that correlation between what the commentators are talking about and what's actually happening on screen, which is fantastic. So
you do not miss a beat. Everything is to the second. We have some technical glitches sometimes, but to be expected.
We actually do miss some stuff, but because I can see it in you can't, you don't know you missed. We have actually changed a couple of the camera settings for today, and you will see that there's more variation in the way that you pick up the camera shots, but that all in an effort with feedback from the commentary team saying, we need you to be able to go to different spots so much quicker. Hence all the changes that Gideon has been making, and a big thanks to Gideon doing some brilliant stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys are out there and you're watching and you want to see something different, or there's a camera shot that is hindering your ability to stay tuned, let us know in the comments. Tell us what's going on from your perspective. We're up here, we can see it all.
Just
say nice things, and give us some constructive feedback. We want to improve, we want to get the engagement up, because like Gary says, this is the perfect way for you to not miss anything. If you are unable to come and you're stuck at work, just keep your phone there on the corner of your computer where your boss can't see and tune in.
Well, let's go one level up from here. Let me offer you a good-looking person to sit alongside you, the longest-standing member of the Commentators Association, West Bromwich Motor Club, closing on...
Oh, he's getting old. He's getting old.
He's old already.
He is old. How many years has he been doing this? 40. I won't tell you what is happening behind the camera right now. 40 years?
No.
No, 30.
No.
60.
It's around about, it's closing on 3 decades.
3 decades.
Not only that, also doing other formats of motorsport as well around the Western Cape area, and specializing more in the Western Cape area, which gives me the opportunity to go and do more of the national events, because Frankie's covering everything this side of the world.
Absolutely
so
amazing.
The senior member of the commentary team in Cape Town, Frankie Innes, and just think now you've got 2 good-looking people going to be.
Come on, Frankie.
Guys, enjoy the racing.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Listen, just switch off the camera quickly. I need to make it announcement. People wanting to know why is there no commentary while they are qualifying. And I told them on the first, because we do IMUSAT live.
Okay, so guys, for anybody out there who's wondering about the commentary at the moment, it's because we are doing this show live. So stay tuned with us. You won't miss out on anything.
Yeah, we won't miss out on anything. We will be announcing, just confirming, are we going out onto the PA as this? Okay, so they need to activate the PA then.
Okay.
And while we wait for that to happen, as soon as we get information here, there's nothing happening on track at the moment. As soon as we get information, we'll start pumping out that information, letting you guys know what's up. I think the best person to do that would be Frankie, to let us know what's happening. So he'll be joining us shortly. I'm going to continue chatting with you about what's happening here. And
it's so exciting to be behind the scenes like this. There's something happening. We need to fix it. And
fix
Frankie's all at it. He won't come and speak to us right now, but I'm going to get him as soon as he's done over there. He's coming. He's
yeah,
coming.
they're busy sorting it out. But this is the thing. We're doing a live show. These things happen.
It's amazing.
Then we've got, obviously, all the classic cars here. We've got fine cars here. We've got a whole bunch of other cars. A couple of years ago, I remember I checked how many entries there were. There were almost 300 entries. This was in the about 2008, 2009, 2010 era. This weekend, I've heard we got over 250 entries for this weekend. It's a blockbuster weekend over here. It just shows motorsport, and I've said this before, motorsport in Cape Town and in South Africa is definitely alive and well.
Yeah, I interviewed the cutest wimpy at the last Power Series. I can't remember his name because, guys, I have a memory like a goldfish. But he races in the classics, and he was wearing a very appropriate T-shirt that said, "I'm not old, I'm a classic." And I just thought it was the cutest thing ever.
That's a good analogy. That's a good. A classic. You don't want to take it too fast. You want to take it easy, slowly through the gears.
Wines.
Slowly, yeah, exactly. Slowly through the gears. Having said that, though, then we've got the fan favorites, Clubman's, and I think the commentators can dig into that a little bit more. Clubman's has always been a fan favorite, and I know that the GTR, the Skyline that's out there, apparently the Origin Skyline, apparently they're having some issues with that car. We're going to see if he's going to make it today. But I think to get into more detail and to dig into the nuts and bolts of what's happening here today, I'm going to hand it over to our man Frankie.
He knows it all.
Yeah, he does.
3 decades of doing
this.
this.
A little
What
too
does
much.
he not know?
I know. This is the thing. He makes me look bad.
I'm going to have to like kick you off because you're going to talk too much.
Frankie, come on in. Come on in.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good sir.
Yes, good to see you. Just a rectification. If we do see that Origin Skyline out today, it will be in Sports and GTs.
Oh.
It will not be in Clubman's for today. Stephen
Okay.
Heinrich is Sport and GT, and there's a possibility that he might race that car in that class for 2025. So yeah, he
Amazing.
won't be with the Clubman. So Clubman's
Okay.
guys are going to get ready to come and do the qualifying. If the people at home are wondering what's the delay,
Yes, I was just going to ask
we've
you
got
now.
a challenge car. If you look out the window, you'll see there's a lot of oil on the circuit.
Oh, goodness. Okay, guys,
And the
I'm seeing
marshals
it.
are busy cleaning that up. And just past the start-finish line on the left-hand side of the track is one of those GTI challenge cars that dropped its sump all over the track. So the moment the marshals have cleared that up and they declare the track safe, then they will allow
Safety
the
first.
Clubman's
Always,
cars out
always.
for their qualifying stint.
Cool. Can we get a shot of that for the team? Are they seeing that, the guys at home? Yes. Perfect. So you'll see. That's the reason for the delay, but we are still here and it is still going ahead and those guys will be on the track in no time.
Yes, and then of course we've got qualifying as well for classics and fines coming out after that. So there's still a bit of qualifying to go before we start round number 2, if I can call it that, for the day.
Round number 2 of Power Series round number 8, which is the last one of the year. It's going to be very exciting today. What are you looking forward to? What is going to happen, do you think? Some insights from the clubman?
Look, I can tell you that the Class B and Class C for Challenge has been wrapped up by Ryan van Eerden and by Dylan van Eerden. Class A is still very much open.
Okay.
There's a lot that can happen still in Class A.
Okay, so no one's got it down yet.
There are a few guys with mathematical chances that can get it if something goes wrong a bit
We're
further.
applying some blockchain logic here to race it.
If things go wrong a bit higher up on the field. But yeah, it's going to be very, very close. I'm looking forward to Clubman's as always. It's always good racing, the BMW series. And you were talking about sports and GTs. There's Ligiers here today. There's Janettas here today. There is everything. We literally not far behind the SAES when it comes, the SA Endurance Series, when it comes to all these fancy looking motorcars.
So give
we just
us-
need a couple of, Lamborghinis and Ferraris still there. Then,
So for
then we'll
those
be
that
there.
don't know, those cars that you just mentioned, can you give the viewers an understanding? What are these cars? What are they about?
Look, they are thoroughbred sports cars, basically designed for endurance racing. Your Janettas is LMP2 cars, designed for 1,000 kilometers of Spa, Le Mans, 24 hours.
And these are
of
the types of
Daytona.
cars that you would see as an example at like the Knysna Hill climb, right?
Not normally, no. You wouldn't
Okay.
find Craig Jarvis with a Janetta going up Knysna Hill climb. You'd probably go up there in 10 seconds or something like that. But no, they are mainly designed for endurance racing. They don't really like 10-lap sprint races, those cars. They're more than capable of doing it, but they're basically vehicles that are designed to run 6 hours, 8 hours, 12, 24, those type of things.
Okay.
And they are fast. Believe me, we're going to see some great action in sports and GTs. Francois, that's going to come and join you just now.
Francois, you've got to come. You've got to
Yeah,
come.
no, he's
Francois
sitting on
always
the-
sits on
he's
the
sitting on
side,
the
guys, and then we
stairs,
get
yeah.
eyes and we get all kinds of signals.
We'll get him on board to chat about the classic and fine cars, because they will be running together, and that is his speciality, the classic and fines. And they will be qualifying after Clubman. So Francois will join you for classic and fine car qualifying. But yeah, I think what we've seen today so far is pretty awesome. The BMW series is going to be something different. And then of course the superbikes. Always good to see those super quick lads around
So
the
how
track.
are the guys on the superbikes doing? Do you have any insights on who's coming in?
Well,
Where, is that Francois? That's going to be a conversation with
I'll hand you
Francois.
over to Francois when it comes, because he specializes in the motorcycles, and of course he loves the classic and fine, so he'll chat to you about that. But yeah, I think the final round, if you can't make it today for whatever reason, then definitely I'm your set. But if you can come down to the circuit, please come down for the last round. It's never too late. We're going to be until just before 6 o'clock, and then we go home
It's going to be
and
a
watch.
good, exciting day.
then we
And
go
then
home and
all
watch
the
the Springboks demolish the English.
And then all the racers are going to go have a good relaxation drink and celebrate for all
Yeah.
this hard work, this entire year, all the ups and downs, broken engines, parts missing, this, that, and the next thing.
If I may say something about the supercars, we saw them do race number 1. We saw Ernest run out of talent in turn 5
His
in
pirouette,
Fastron.
she says.
And they will be back the first race after qualifying, and that will be their final race of the day and for the season.
Yes, so that's why Ernest had to leave me and run away, because he needs to go get ready.
Well, they will be running with the V8 Masters, but to get to the supercars, on the 7th of December, we got the last round for the first half of the season for KPL drivers, where there will be a qualifying in 1660s and stock rides to take on the British team that's coming down here on the 25th of January. Together with the National Hot Rod Tour, that's on the 25th of January.
25th of January, guys.
Yes, but however, it's all about the supercars because, and the invitation has officially gone to the supercars from KPL drivers to come and do an oval track stint with CHD on the 7th of December. And we're looking for about 8-9 cars. Craig Hume, the chairman of Supercars, has said, we're in. We are in it. We want to go clockwise and anti-clockwise. We want to go one way, then we want to go another way.
They want to do it all. They want to be all over.
They want to do it all. And of course, Keltron is the sponsor of the supercars. So we want to say big thanks to Ryan Catt for that. He'll be putting his money down when it comes to that. And Clint Ridden as well from Lime Property Management. So big thanks to
guys, these
Ryan
sponsors, it would not be possible without these sponsors. It takes a lot to keep this track going and to keep these races going and to sponsor everything. So a big shout out to all the sponsors.
And we were supposed to have a certain Mr. Brad Wadley that used to race supercars a couple of years ago race today, but he couldn't get the car ready. So hopefully Brad will join us on the 7th in the supercar on the stock car oval.
Nice. So I see the guys have gone out. The track has been cleared. I'm sure you guys can all see that. So this is going to be an exciting one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the qualifying for Thermofire's Clubman's regional saloon cars.
Here we go.
And they've got about a 10-15 minute qualifying stint, and then after that we will have the classic cars out on track for their qualifying.
Amazing. So this is going to be an exciting one, guys.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. As Gary was saying, oh yes, then what you will notice is I was having a chat to Dexter Bruce.
So Dexter's not racing in the BMW concept cars today.
No, he is racing in the BMW series, but not in the Clubman's.
Not in the Clubman's, that's it.
His Clubman's car was sold to Jacques Detoy, and Jacques will be racing that car. It will be in the same colors as what Dex always races the car in, just a change of numbers. So if the viewers at home see Dexter Bruce's car on track, it's not Dex in that car in Clubman's.
Don't get it confused.
It is Jacques Detoy, but Dex will be in his car
in the BMW
series.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
So I'll tell you what, I'm looking out the window and I was led to believe that the Skyline is not going to be doing Clubman's, but as I look into turn number 4 into Saddle Sweep, I do see the Origin Oil Skyline going down the back straight. So yeah, there it goes. So
it's in here now.
So yes, well maybe he does both classes. Initially, I was led to believe that he wasn't going to do
I'm going to be like a little bit of an exorcist situation because the view from up here I can see everything, and this is looking quite exciting.
I was initially led to believe that he's not going to be doing Clubman's, but the Origin Oil Skyline is out on circuit and is busy qualifying with the other Clubman's cars. And then we are supposed to. It's hard to see from our view here. But there is a white Polo that's going into Castell Corner, and I know that a certain Francois van Tonde, also known as Trappies van Tonde.
Trappies van Tonde.
There's a story behind that.
We want to hear.
And Francois van Tonde is going to be racing Clubman's today after not being racing for the majority of 2024. He did the race in Windhoek a couple of months ago, when Ford and Friends went to Windhoek together with Classics and Sports and GTs, and he's doing this one, so it's a welcome return.
Amazing.
For him. Now you want to know where you got the nickname of Trappies?
Yes, please. You got to tell me. I know I got to speak to Francois, so you got. I can't have a 30-minute story, but you got to tell us.
I'll just tell us this, and then I'll hand the mic over to Francois. Many years ago, Gary can verify this. Francois van Tonde was doing oval track racing in the 1660 class. And working out of what was then known Engine Corner, which is now Castrol, him and a chap by the name of Eugene Creason, they knotted. And they wouldn't give in for each other, and they went off the circuit onto the grass. Now, if you look to your left, In front of the CHD commentary box, there is a
Yes.
little stand that's folded up now. And then they normally put wooden stairs down there so that the COC can go down and come up. And he demolished those wooden
trappies.
stairs that looked like pickup sticks, and that's where the nickname of Trappies van Tonde.
He took out a flight of stairs.
And that's where the name of Trappies van
That's
Tonde
amazing.
came
That's
from.
amazing.
So yeah, it's going to be good to see him back out there again.
Absolutely.
But I've had
Thank
my time.
you.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you
hand
so much,
over
Frankie.
to Francois, and then Jordan can close off.
Awesome.
After
I even get
Francois.
Jordan today, guys. Huh? The newest member of the commentary team. We'll have you soon.
Morning,
Francois,
Simone.
good
How's it?
morning.
All
I'm
right,
good.
and
How
you?
are you?
No complaints,
We had
thank
so
you.
much fun talking last time.
We did indeed. And I see the guys, the clubmans are out, and looks like on pole position we've got Kai van Sale, who's out there. And Jaco Lambert's doing well, Willem Swart, Stephen Goos, Gary Smith. That's how they line up. And then in Club X, we've got the young Carl Visser, who's won the Junior Polo Cup.
Amazing.
Yeah, so the Cape Town boys make us proud.
They
needless
do.
to say, yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
It's a proud thing to be a Cape Townian.
Oh, for sure, especially when it comes to motor racing.
We're all about the community, but the guys from Joburg and all, they can come here, but nah, it's all about Cape Town.
Well, that is
I'm
that
going
is
to
how
get
it
into
is.
so much trouble for saying that.
No, don't worry. We got broad shoulders, we can take it. So yes, yeah, having a look at the classics, we spoke about it. I just wanted to go through there. Quickly just open my phone here. We've got, this thing, this phone of mine as well. Fanny Mouton had a birthday yesterday. He's riding the red Ford Mustang, the
Nice.
67 Ford Mustang. He is challenging for the championship today. It's all about,
Okay, so what does he
it's
need
for all
to
the
do?
marbles today. He's got to try and do the best he can to get the points to win the championship. He's in there for all the marbles today. So let's see how that one goes off. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be very exciting. And I've got the page here that I'm just going to open quickly. His nearest
Like me, I have to
his
write
nearest
everything down,
competitor
otherwise I forget.
is Calvin Beekman in the little the green Morris Minor. And that is obviously, where it's at. You cannot believe little Morris Minor and a big Ford Mustang are vying for all the
Absolutely
marbles.
crazy. I mean, I think my mother owned a Morris Minor when she was young. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a classic of note.
You're giving your age away. Yeah, so the clubmans are out there. Jaco Lambert now posting a good time. He's up at the top of the time sheets with Kai van Sale and Willem Swart. Stephen Goos is in there, Gary Smith's in there, and Paul Minnick are in there at the moment. They're out qualifying. So, the qualifying session has been going for just over 10 minutes. I think they've got about 7 minutes left of their qualifying stint. So, yeah, it's all happening out there. They will be racing later on. It's Gary and Frankie's favorite subject. I'm just giving the folks an update on what's happening.
Can you tell us anything about the Lauda Classic cars in its entirety? What do you think is going to happen?
Lauda Classic cars, very exciting. I've got the whole list here of all the entrants. We've got Glenn Aiton Bogart. He's in the Ford Piranha Granada. I had a chat to him yesterday. Apparently that Granada, it is a Ford. It is a Piranha. It's got the Piranha motor, Piranha gearbox, but a couple of years ago his dad rolled the car. So they had to get a new body out of Joburg. So it's got a Granada body on it, but it's still a Piranha V8. That's
Okay.
still
Granada and Piranha. I'm getting this. I'm
Yeah,
learning.
yeah,
Every race I learn something
Then
new.
we've got Michael Hitchcock. He's out in the 67 Mustang, the Cape Forklift Mustang.
Yes.
Now he's rebuilt the motor with a lot of nuts and bolts that he found in the garage. That's what he said to me. We got PV Low, what a character. He's riding the Mazda RX-7. It's so nice to have rotary back at Killarney. I'm a big rotary rat fan, so I just love it. And then we got the likes of Byron Badin in the beautiful Datsun Triple S. That's now a classic in its own. They're all classic cars. Then Ferdy Maton in his red Ford Mustang, also in a Cross Cape Forklift. Trevor Momberg in the old blue Capri. He'll be out there. And then Bruce Vern Taplin in that little Toyota Corolla. It's a giant slayer. It's absolutely. It's a 2-liter. Look, Bruce comes from Toyota days. He was a Toyota mechanic, so he knows his oats. And then we got Brian Evans in that beautifully turned out blue Escort. Oh,
Go, Brian.
that is just sickening to look at that. It's a piece of artwork. Robert Rowe won't be here today. He's unfortunately cannot make it. And Dion Valentine's back with the Mini. Now that Mini, if it was raining, it's trouble. He beats everyone. It's a giant slayer. Then we got Trevor and Lane Hutchins. They'll be out there in the Sirocco and the Golf Mark II. Dion Conrady's out with his Toyota Conquest. Now, Dion Conrady comes in on a Friday morning all the way from Gansbaai.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah, but but wait, there's more. We have a guy by the name of Wynand Nel that comes all the way from Springbok.
Just to race here?
Yeah.
Wow, guys, the dedication, the commitment.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
They're all out there. Then we've got the likes of Wayne Lotter, who works across the road. He's in the Escort. Now, the Escorts obviously is where all the attention goes to. Theo Klaassen in the Nissan Skyline, Hammond de Kock also in the Escort, Stephen Manuel also in a Skyline. And these were the cars of yesteryear. They were the go-to cars. You know, everyone wanted a Skyline, you know.
Yes.
But now today they're classics. Then we got Malcolm Pfeiffer out there, who's a character on his own, you know, on and off the track. So, and then Calvin Beekman in the Little Morris, and then Leon van Linden in the old BMW 2002. So, having a look, still Jaco Lambert out there in Clubmans on pole there with Kai van Zyl, Willem Swart, Stephen Goos, Gary Smith, and Paul Minnick. They're out there, just giving the folks an update. And yeah, that's pretty much how it'll be. But I think classics and fines will really be an exciting.
Awesome.
It's
so
a crowd
these
puller.
guys have just finished. Can you see on there, because my eyesight from this little thing, just to see how they have
Well,
done?
it says here that Jaco Lambert was the quickest with Kai van Zyl and Willem Swart in
Nice,
third. So that gives you an
nice.
idea of what they'll be on there. Let's have a look, see if it's anything else here. Class X, Carl Visser. Eugene get. Oh, well, okay. Let's just see. Class C.
I love how
Faisal
I'm the one
Jacobs,
asking
Gavin
the
Cerf.
older gentleman to look at the screen, because I go when I get Jordan up here, I'm just gonna be like, okay, younger eyes, you could do it.
Yeah, no. I know a little bit about computers and phones.
Just a little bit.
Just to get by, you know. Unlike these people on TikTok that have 14 movies at once. I'm like, how do you do this? No, you must tap on this. I lose them on the third tap. I'll give up. I'm over it.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm saying?
gosh.
Yeah. But no, it's great to have the viewers with us.
Absolutely.
I
Can
think
you
it's a
tell us?
wonderful
I
day.
want to know about the bikes, because we very, very rarely.
The bikes, I was
Are
done-
we going to get Jordan on the bikes? No.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Jordan might be able to tell us a few. There's a couple of champions that have been crowned this morning. I see they're donning their T-shirts down in pit lane. But I think I'm going to leave it up to Jordan, because he's been down there. I see he's already donning his caps. He's got T-shirts and all kinds of paraphernalia that have been given to him. So he will definitely do it. Have already. So yes. So then, yeah, I'm looking forward to the classics, the Lauda Classic cars.
Absolutely.
I'm going to let Jordan talk about the motorcycles. There was some fantastic racing this morning already. I think they've set the tone for the rest of the day. The Superbike's are going to do qualifying just now. And I've managed, well, I don't know if he'll be up in time, but he is coming up. We've got Alan John Fenter, AJ Fenter here, who's pit crew for the Joburg boys.
Nice.
And we know Alan John is one of our representatives at the TT. He's done the TT over in Isle of Man.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, he has done, I think he's done 4 now.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
and so
And
Alan
he's
John-
here with us today.
Alan John is here. I don't know if he'll come up in time. I asked him to come up, but I think he's going to first wait for qualifying, and then he's going to come up, so he might just miss the morning show. Okay. But it's nice to have Alan John here, and he's really one of South Africa's motorcycle characters, so to speak. But anyhow, yes, that's me.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you
Cheers,
so
bye.
much for
Nice to
sharing
see
your
you.
insights.
Yes, they're lovely.
It's going to be an exciting day, and maybe we'll chat to you again later.
Possibly.
Thank you,
Enjoy it,
Proto.
Simone. Thank you.
There we go. So let's get Jordan up here. There we go. We'll rearrange. Guys, this commentary box is fantastic, but it's not the biggest. So we all squish like sardines in here, but we make it work. Jordan,
Good
how's
morning.
it?
It's very good, thank you. I'm glad to
Don't
be
you
here
just
today.
love his voice, guys? He was just born for this. It's just so smooth. You got this.
Yeah, I'm a little bit strained already, but I'm happy.
And he's also got the face for it too.
A lot of people say that my voice doesn't match my face.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I swear. I used to hear you before I met you, and I was like, no ways. No ways.
No, I still just look like a youngster, but I sound like a veteran. You
It
know?
works. Look at what you're doing. It works. It works. It works.
Yeah, but happy to be here today. The weather's really good. There's a lot of wind though,
There's
which
a
isn't
lot of
ideal
wind.
for the bikes. But all the bikes are basically happy. I'm pretty happy up in the commentary box. We've luckily got windows to close, and so I feel bad for the guys out there, but I know they're all having a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
So what is
far.
this going to mean for the bikes? I know you mentioned it now, but this wind is actually a little bit insane. It's Cape Town and it's summer, so it happens, and we are in the west coast side of things.
Well, It's a bit difficult to say because obviously I can't tell you my exact experience on a bike because I don't ride bikes. But from what I've heard so far, there's a headwind going into the last corner that you can see in the background, and that's where you're at your highest speed. Obviously, you come out of turn 4 sorrel sweep and you're just on the gas, and because there's a lot of headwind, it actually slows you down. So you're not going your fastest top speed, you know. But into turn 1,
it's behind you.
You got a backwind,
Oh my
and now
goodness.
that's pushing you faster than you would normally go on a still day. So a lot of guys say they brake later into turn 1, and you get a bit wide and you go a bit squirrely, whatever. But we haven't had many offs this morning, which thank goodness. But all the guys are adjusting, and they're pretty happy even in these conditions.
Awesome. And what are you looking forward to today? Because it's the last race of the season for the Power Series, which has been a big thing for us. Every month, it was 8 times in a year, so it's almost every month. We come out and we do this, and it's always so exciting, so much going on. You know, this guy's in, this guy's out. The racing classes have grown so much. So we are really ending on quite a bang.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like Francois Butler was just saying before me, is that there's championships that have already been decided this morning and championships that will only be decided by the end of the afternoon. So there's a whole day of racing in all the categories with all different types of aspects. I mean, speaking of the classics and the breakfast run, Hilton Redlingace in the classic bikes, he won the championship this morning in race 1. He was just quite a few more points ahead of Jamie Hall, and Jamie Hall lost out last round because his engine gave up the ghost. And they managed to get a new used second-hand motor in that bike, and he said that it ran perfectly today. He did his best time on the bike, and he was super happy. He was crowned 650 champion in the Super Twin Cup class last round. So both in the 888 motorcycle stable, they're both champions, which is great. And then we've got Superbikes a little bit later on. They're about to go do their qualifying, not next, but the qualifying after that. So they'll qualify this morning, and then they race a little bit later, and then they are the last race of the day. So that's going to be a real action-packed as the evening comes down, the sun comes down.
And hopefully the wind has dropped a little bit by then, we would hope, and not picked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who is supposed to be out now? Because we have a little bit of a delay again. Let's just keep the folks updated with what is going on.
So it's classic cars at the moment.
Okay, and we're waiting for them, and then the bikes will be out.
I see a few of them sitting in pit lane down there.
It looks like they're waiting.
But I won't be surprised if 1 or 2 of the Clubman's cars, we know when we're watching Clubman's racing that it's probably the most chaotic besides GTI Challenge.
Absolutely.
And there's usually 1 or 2 guys that go off for they blow a motor in qualifying, one race day or whatever. So there must be something out there at the moment that the marshals, big thank you to all the marshals for coming out, as always, especially for the last race.
Safety first again, like I said, and I will keep on saying it. So if the commentators behind me over there can give us some inside scoop as to what is going on the track that's causing the delay, so we can keep everyone updated.
Yeah, but so far so good. The morning's been good, so we can speak this morning. But then we've got the rest of the day to go after qualifying, and we'll be up in our way.
Absolutely exciting. Are you coming back on with me? Gary's coming back on with me. I get him twice in one morning. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back after this because we have more to talk about.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so let me get Gary on here quickly, and then Jordan, I will grab you back in a second.
Oh, I've been playing camera while you guys have been busy. But while
you're not letting me know what's going on.
Want the honest truth?
Yes.
Can you handle the truth?
I can handle the truth.
No, either.
Oh.
Guys, just to give you a bit of background while we've got a bit of time on Killarney International Raceway. 77 years of Killarney International Raceway. And a lot of people think that Killarney just goes about what you're seeing here today. That this is only where it starts, it's not where it ends. Yes, we've got the normal Power Series that runs once a month for 10 months of the year. But we've also got the KPL drivers that operates here 10 out of the 12 months of the year. That's down in Castrol Corner. That's a regular thing. We've got the karting circuit, which is, for some other reason, doesn't draw a lot of public at all, but it's very competitive. There's a lot of West Brom's karters that do very well nationally and then also internationally. We've got a good couple of our karters that have gone international as well. We've got the Rallycross. Remember, Rallycross started internationally down in Sub-Saharan Africa 2017, 2018, 2019. COVID 2022, we had another round, but the numbers just kept on tapering off.
Yeah.
So that has come to an end. But what it did do is boost local rallycross, and for all the E36 guys, phenomenally in that period of time. And that is why that has gotten very, very strong. That runs once a month for most of the months of the year. Then we've got the short circuit as well. And that also, like karting, doesn't draw a lot of people, but it's also, it's yet another form of motorsport which is held here. Then we've got the street to strip. We've got the robot racing Wednesday nights and Friday nights.
That's always exciting, right?
That draws massive amounts
and
of people.
that has taken a little bit of, it's really supported the illegal street racing to say, get on the track, come and do it here, safety.
But remember, that was what City of Cape Town actually asked for. City of Cape Town said, can you guys help us to get this illegal forms of,
yes,
you know, from the, you come out of the tunnel on the N1 and you pay your toll fees, and then you got this straight piece of road and there's no cameras. So
I'm not going to admit nor deny that I spent some Saturday nights at Moorderdam Road.
I've got footage I've actually got footage of you, but we're not going to go live with that. So it was part of the City of Cape Town's initiative that we ended up with a situation where we started with the Wednesday nights, the Wednesday and the Friday nights, and then the next thing was the spinning pitch, because that was another thing where people were getting more and more into it, more and more involved with it, trying to get closer and closer to the cars, trying to take footage of the cars, and you see more and more TikTok videos.
Yes.
TikTok, I'll say it with...
Yeah, you're not allowed to down TikTok over here, okay?
I'm too old for TikTok.
You've been on some of my TikTok videos, so you're on there.
Just a little. See, once again, we're talking about footage which shouldn't go public. So the spinning and the drifting, the whole pitch that was created, the resurfacing of the KPL drivers area, the pit area as such, and that also draws, like a Wednesday, like a Friday, robot racing, street to strip, draws massive crowds. If you look at the Cape Show, which the motor show, which was the 7th running at Killarney International Raceway, it is, as far as I know, officially the biggest motor show here, and it's the biggest motor show literally ever in South Africa.
Amazing.
In the history. And I said on the day, anybody that knows of anything at Nasrec or Kailami or whatever, which was ever bigger than that, let me know, because as far as I know, that was the biggest ever. So that part of it is growing as well. But then it goes one step further. They have days for guys to go and cycle around the circuit, safe cycling. City of Cape Town, City of Cape Town on the bridge. They have doggy walks, the toy run, which is going to be starting and or ending here. The blind navigators rallies that sometimes start from here or end from here. So there's and the clubhouse, which is being utilized more and more for different activities and what have you, and is also growing in stature. So don't think of Killarney International Raceway as just purely it's race day, it's power series, that's it. There's a lot more to it than that. Talking about a lot more to it than that, the very good-looking man that's leading Movember, which is, you know, you've got to start in Movember, the man from GTI Challenge. Now, if I can just, before Zaki Hendricks joins us, when it comes to marketing and advertising of your series, we've asked from a commentary point of view for the classes to up their image by giving us information so that we can project them correctly. The man you're going to see on screen now is the man that heads up the GTI Challenge, and they are leaders in terms of promoting their series, also doing interviews with their drivers separately from everything that's happening around here.
Amazing.
And it shows in the numbers. That is an example of what all the other classes
why
should
it's
be
so
doing.
popular and so competitive.
So for the second time today, I'm going to bring you yet another good-looking person.
Thank you.
With a
you.
moustache that can come and join you.
I've just got all the good-looking people joining me today.
Mr. GTI Challenge, Zaki Hendricks.
Woo. Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm well.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. I feel very special that I'm sitting next to Mr. Zaki Hendricks.
I haven't been here in a while. It's been a hectic year. It's been busy trying to run the series and race at the same time. So I told Frankie and Gary that I need to make an effort to try and get up here this year. Just on the last race, just to explain to the public how things are working.
You see,
what we're
lots
gonna
of
do.
things are different here in this last race of the season. We're getting all kinds of exciting little things coming through.
We tried to change up the qualifying session. I don't know if you guys saw how we tried to do the qualifying session. Some people said no, it doesn't look good. Some people say it does actually look good. And then yeah, we got a couple of good. Our championship isn't wrapped up yet. We still got all our thirds in all the classes that still needs to be wrapped up. So everybody's still fighting head to nail. They want to win.
Awesome. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the general history of the GTI Challenge guys and sort of how it's gotten to this point?
Yeah, GTI Challenge started in 1994. They were...
Guys, I was 10 years old when that started. Like that. I gave away my age. Oops.
Yeah, so it was basically the GTI Challenge members. They wanted to do a race, so they did a GTI Jamboree, then they did a 5-lapper, then they asked WPMC they can't do a full circuit 5-lapper. And then from there, the series started growing and was born. The GTI Challenge Racing Series was born.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, the GTI Club started subsiding a little bit. But I'm trying to bring the club back again and see if we can maybe do something like that. Trying to do some social media, social outreach, social runs, breakfast runs. Just trying to do a little bit more with the members instead of driving and come to the track and just racing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these guys are always very competitive. What do you think is it? Is it just them? Is it the cars? What is it?
It's a combination of everything. I mean, for me personally, I've been doing this series for a while, so I want to win. I want to show everybody I can win. We don't win any money. There's no, yeah, at the end of the year you get a 2,000 rand or 5,000 rand. We don't do any. We don't get anything like that. It's purely for the recognition and the bragging rights. So you can take a little.
That's it, guys.
You know
Those bragging rights, they're worth everything.
Our egos are quite big.
He said it, not me.
Yeah. But
and then we have Ernest that came up here after his pirouette spin out that he did with a broken ego.
Yeah, the series is awesome. I can't say that we try to not knock each other, but we are a very close racing series. So there are a little bit of contact. I've been involved in a few incidents here and there, but it's trying to win the race and trying to overtake a car in a proper manner. But unfortunately, there are sometimes when there is a bit of contact. And there's nothing we can. We try to not do it, but yeah, it does happen sometimes.
Yeah. So what can we look forward to next year when the Power Series starts again from these guys? Is there going to be some new drivers, new cars?
We're starting now. The last race with a couple of new drivers. Gabriel Chetty is in Class C. Zubair Mohammed, he's starting in Class C. He bought a Class B car actually yesterday. So I had to change all of the details for him. So now he's currently now in Class B. He'll probably be at the back of the class. He's driving a black and green Polo 9N, but he'll get there. And there's a lot of other guys. Sean Liebenberg, he sold his car, bought a new Polo 6 car. So we're gonna see how he fares up. Also a new car, so he's gonna get to grips with that vehicle. And we'll see how things go. It will be fun. They'll be at the back maybe, trying to get to the front. But the main team members in Class A is Yuri, Nathan, Marco.
Yes.
I mean, there's the whole field.
Yeah.
Every class will have some battles.
And let me tell you, speaking of egos, like we mentioned earlier, I've interviewed those guys that were all just mentioned now. When their races or their qualifying didn't go well, and it wasn't fun interview. Some of them we didn't air because they are so competitive. They do not want to lose. So I just get these little, no, it didn't go well. Didn't go well.
Yeah, you see the faces now in park firm. Like, I said, what happened? You look at your car. You know you're not supposed to bump in qualifying. No, the car didn't react properly. Okay, never mind that.
They are sore losers, and that's what makes it so exciting.
But now for this year, at the end of the day, after our second heat, we're going to do a nice parade lap, just to show recognition to all the marshals, to say thank you to the marshals.
Any of them are going to try and do some exciting things on the track for us, some things that they normally wouldn't be allowed to do?
We driving front-wheel drive cars, so we can't do much.
Oh.
So we're going to basically slow down the cool-down lap, drive 2x2 next to each other. Maybe I'm going to come to the front of my car and just do the parade lap and say thank you to the marshals.
Anybody's got a bonnet over there in that challenge that can handle me? I volunteer.
we got fan walk happening as well.
I'll go do that, right?
You can come through.
Safety first.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else that you want to tell us?
The commentators, they're awesome. I'd like to say thank you to them. I thank you to our sponsors. If it wasn't for the sponsors, the commentators always giving extra recognition to all the drivers. It's I mean, if you listen to the live streaming when we after the race we watch the live streaming at home and we sit the back and we look and it's the job they do is, I would never be able to do it. It's impossible for someone to
Amazing.
to remember all these drivers. I mean, it's only like in the GTI Challenge. We got 36 drivers on the field today.
It's a lot.
There's another series clubmans. They got 40 on the field. I mean, they remember everybody's names. It's impossible for us. I take my hats off for them.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being with us today. I just want to check with my cameraman. Do I have enough time to get an... I got another human coming. It's been a busy morning. Thank you so much. Enjoy the
Cheers,
day.
guys.
The man of the hour, Tiny's pit box. Hello, my friend.
The stairs are getting more like Gary does.
I know I couldn't breathe when I came up them. I needed 5 minutes before I could go on camera just to breathe. How you doing?
Fine, nice, tiring, but yeah, enjoying it.
Awesome. So what are you looking forward to today? It is the last one. I keep saying this, guys, it's the last one of the year.
Well, challenge will be very, very interesting. We just saw qualifying now from the class A, B, and C
Marco
guys.
stayed second.
Marco second, Umpi's in fourth, and there's a
What happened? What? No, were you okay? He's gonna know what happened. If anyone knew what happened, you.
The circuit is. The circuit's not actually in very good shape. It's quite dusty with the wind and everything, so the grip level is quite low.
Okay.
But yeah, as I said, qualifying was. Yeah, but
So there was nothing wrong with his car.
No,
Is
no.
this just track conditions?
I think it's good track conditions.
So
and
we've had oil on the
obviously-
track. It's windy. There's sand blowing on, and this is affecting the drivers.
Yeah, and I think everybody's trying to get a clean lap in as well, which was.
And they want to just like go hard because it's the last one.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's an 8-point gap between Umpi and Marco, and yeah, Marco actually outqualified Umpi, so it's all to do in the first race. And depending what the first race happens, I think the championship decider could be in race 2, and you have the pole invert or the inverted grid for race 2. Yeah, I think that's going to probably be the most exciting race of the day. So yeah, just going to have to check it out and see how that turns out.
Awesome. What else can you tell me? You've got all the guys. You know, Tiny Spit Box, all the inside scoop. When I arrive here in the morning, I go straight to him. What's happening? Tell me. Who did what? What's happening? Who's got a new car? Who sold their car?
No one said anything yet. But yeah, as I said, yeah, I think today's racing is going to be really interesting. The wind is definitely playing a part with the motor, the cars, and obviously the bikes as well. So the handling characteristics of all the vehicles are all different. Guys have to go and change the setup and stuff as well for certain vehicles and all that, and bikes. So, but yeah, I think the last race to go for the day. I think the thing is probably just to bring everything back after a good season, bring the cars back safely, and then obviously the rebuilding stage for the new year for 2025. And the way things are going now, I think 2025 is going to be brilliant. So yeah, we can't wait to see that. But yeah.
I mean, how many cars do you think we can fit on this track? Because we've gone up to 33 and 44 cars on the track at any given time. Are we setting a limit of how many cars can go in a series?
No, I think the clubmans are like over 35 cars. Challenge is say around about in the 30 mark as well. Sporting GTs have a very, very nice complement of cars today. So I think overall, everything has gone actually to plan. And yeah, if you're not here at Killarney, I think this is definitely the place to be.
Absolutely. Thank you. Anything else you want to tell me? What is happening? No?
I need some water, and yeah, we're going down to the Boma. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. And yeah, enjoy the day with us.
Have some fun today. Keep us updated with what's going on. So I have some inside scoop before the lunchtime because I'm running around doing interviews with everyone. So I'm going to come find you and Linda. Also, thank you, Linda. Is a fiance now, girlfriend? Pressure?
Not yet.
Not yet? I'll talk to him, Linda. Don't worry about it.
Pressure, but yeah.
We'll make it happen.
So yeah,
thank you so much,
We'll
Emil.
keep tabs on everything, and yeah, guys, enjoy the production, and we'll chat to you later.
Thank you so much. I'll grab that from you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to get Frankie back with me. This is like a in and out today. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another small delay, is it? No?
The classic cars are just, the louder classic cars are working their way off. There was a delay before they came out, as there was a car in trouble, a clubman's car in Fostron corner. That's why that was a delay for the classics. But they have done their qualifying stint. Now there's one more qualifying stint to go, and that is the superbike category with 600s and the Superbike Challenge and Masters. That is the final 10 minutes. The moment all the cars are off. So yeah, the weather's played along nicely. Place is filling up. With,
it is.
with,
I can see from here. There's
spectators.
just cars, buckies all over the hills
Down
over there.
Castle Corner, it's a bit empty, but otherwise it's slowly but surely getting people. It's only 25 to 11. So
Yeah,
I'm
they're still
sure
cutting the grass and everything. Guys, come on, you got to
we'll
get
get
here.
a lot of people as the day goes on, especially after lunch, people that are working on a Saturday morning.
And can we just circle back, because a few Power Series ago we made that significant change with the schedule, and we decided to shake it all up and have some of the qualifying in the morning, have some of the races later on in the afternoon, so not all the good exciting things are before lunchtime. Do we think that that's something that has worked out? Are we going to keep it like that, or is that something we want to relook in 2025?
Look, I like the format. Obviously, Sportcom must now sit and decide what they're going to do for 2025. Are they going to keep it like this or go back to the original, the way it was last year? Or do they have a plan C? I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know,
I love the
it's
fact
not
that
what I like.
there's still a lot of excitement in the late afternoon. So you would usually kind of see people starting to clear out in the later afternoon. Now you're seeing people coming in after lunchtime still, because those good races are happening.
Yeah, well, as the bikes.
There they go. I can hear them. Can you hear the rumble? It's amazing.
That, sound of the 1000cc and 600cc super bikes as they blast out the pit lane onto the circuit for their qualifying stint. So yeah, I think today is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to hand over to Francois.
Because the bikes are on and he's going to give me an update.
The man
with those glasses, he can see what's going on here, not me.
He is the man that will be doing the commentating on this bikes, and then he can wrap up the show with you, because
Awesome.
this is the final 10 minutes before we go back to racing again. Francois?
So Francois, I know you and I can just talk, but my cameraman, Craig, has just told me now we have 10 minutes. So I need you to give us all the up-to-date what is happening with this qualifying, so that we can let people know.
We're going to have out there, we've got the superbikes out there. We've got the likes of Q and Snowman, who's out there together.
They are so fast.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes. No, they are very fast. We're gonna wait for the qualies to come up there. I see we've got a visitor here in the 600s. Johnny Towers, all the way from the UK.
From the UK?
Yes,
Wow, guys, we really just bring in all the talent, eh?
Ewan's out there, young Jason Lineker's out there, Michael Hunter, the Goose, David Goosen.
The Goose. Have we got another nickname story that I need to know about?
No. We call him the Goose, David Goosen. Multiple South African motocross champion.
Wow.
Who decided his MX1, MX2. He's decided to come and try his hand at tarmac racing and not dirt racing, and I think it helps him a lot. Alan John Fenter's here, he's doing qualifying. So we've got a lot of national and international riders here today. So it's going to be very interesting to see who does what. Cubans out there, Jason Lineker, Tristan Pina's on the 1000 BMW. He does well. Alan John Fenter, Brad Bosworth on the Aprilia.
Do we have any females in this class?
No.
Not in this one. Okay. Because I do know we have quite a handful of female bike riders,
yes,
but I just wanted to check.
And I like it when the females compete. It's
I
nice.
love it.
We got a couple of females. If I can just quickly break away from what we're talking about, the super bikes, but in line with bikes, as Jordan was saying, we've got a lot of South Africans going over to do this international cup in Spain. And my brother-in-law has been cordially invited to go with him, Martin Petzold, who is the suspension guru. He's going to
shout out
Marty Petzold. So he's flying out pretty shortly. He's going to Spain. He's there, I think, also in Valencia. And he will be supporting the likes of Clinton Seller and all the others. So...
something's exciting. What is happening? There's some exciting things happening. I love it when Gary just shouts about 5, 4, what is it?
Oh, we got a bike rider that went down in turn 5. Okay.
Not what we want to see.
Okay, he's back up and riding.
He's up. That's always a good thing. Okay.
Currently out there, quickest man, Tristan Pino with Q and Snyman, Jason Lineker, Alan John Fenter, Slade Fanikax just moved up to 3rd, Alan John Fenter 5, Jason Lineker 6, Brad Bosworth, and Boikanyo Mabaso, he's from Johannesburg. Johnny Towers there, Michael Hunter in the 600s. Let's see if we can scroll up. David Goosen, 3rd in the 600s.
I think that this wind is going to really get them on that corner.
And then in the Superbike Challenge, we've got more visitors. Sarel Haasbroek, we've got Gerard Frey, we've got Wayne Aronson, Wesley Hendricks, and Greg Waddington in there as well in the Masters Challenge, the Superbike Challenge. So yes, it's a full bill of bikes. I think what's going to bother them, I mean, I've ridden a bike around the circuit, that's southeaster. When you're going into the wind, going up towards turn 2 and going down towards turn 5.
What is more challenging mentally? Is it the going into the wind that slows you down, or is it having that wind behind you that really just throws you once you come out that corner?
I think the wind behind you, because if you come down here, you come hurtling down to turn 1, you've got to apply the brakes just that fraction earlier.
Yeah.
And you've got the wind pushing you into the corner, and when you go into the corner, you lean in. And now the wind plays with you, so you don't know what your body is doing.
Yes.
I mean, although it's, well, today's
Must be
high-paced
so
bikes,
scary.
you know, today's high-speed bikes, I mean, I don't want to know, but if I go back to my years, the 300s are quicker than my years, you know what I'm saying? So it gives you an idea of how quick they ride. But yeah, it's it can be daunting in the wind on a motorcycle. I mean, even on the road, the wind, you know, especially when you hit a high speed down the back straight, especially like on a liter bike, you're doing 260 down the back straight. The wind,
260 kilometers.
yes, and then that wind buffets you from the front, and you still got to control the bike, and you're sliding in and you're hanging on leg. I mean, today the leg out story is not for show.
Yeah.
You're actually balancing your body on the front brakes. That's what the leg
Oh
out's
wow, I
So
didn't
they actually do
realize
that. That's why
that.
you
Because
see
I
it.
don't know very few little things about riding
And
bikes.
if you
So
watch superbikes, you watch a guy like Top Rack, who's going to be over you. He's now perfected what's known as the front stop. So he comes into the corner with the back wheel in the air. He's front stopping on the front wheel, then he lets it go and he goes into
oh
the
my
corner.
gosh.
So that is what it's about. So it's not
Okay, so this leg up is not for show. Okay,
No,
it's
no.
actually a technique to slow down.
Marco Simoncelli and Valentino Rossi are the guys that initiated.
Oh,
It was
Valentino.
it's about bike balance. And I've spoken to a couple of guys. I've spoken to the likes of Stephen Oudendal, who's now recently won the endurance racing. And Stephen said to me, he says, it's just something some of the riders found out, that you can actually balance yourself. So you're balancing the weight on the front wheels and you get maximum traction on the brakes.
Yeah.
And that's where you come in. It's not for the fanciness. Or put my leg out in case I fall. They used to call it a third wheel. But the third wheel,
like a little training wheel.
the third wheel comes in motocross. Kewan Snyman on pole, Tristan Pino second, Slade third, Alan John Venter fourth, and Jason Lineker 5, followed by Brad Bodsworth. In the 600s, Johnny Towers, then Michael Hunter and David Goosen. David being new to the class. And in the challenge, we've got Sarel Haasbroek, Gerard Frey, and Wayne Aronson topping out the challenge class. So their quali is now finished. And I think we're coming towards the end of our show. I don't know.
I think so
There we
too,
go.
because the
And,
qualifying
the bikes
is
are
now
coming in.
officially done.
Yeah, it was nice to see them out there. It always seemed their qualifying
It
session
was
was so quick.
It was so quick.
But it's
in
fast.
comparison.
But
it's
it's
'cause
fast.
faster,
It's
right?
fast, they're
So
quick.
the time is shorter.
But we'll see again later today. Besides the bikes, with the other classes that we have the classics out there as well. I think the second race, and then we got the 300s and the 650s, the Super Twin Cup and the Super Sport 300s will be out as well again today. Nice to watch.
Yeah,
I enjoy the bikes.
absolutely.
Been a bike fan all my life. I mean, I owned enough of them, so don't have one at the moment though, to my detriment. But bike racing is always fun to watch. Tomorrow, Valencia in Spain, we've got MotoGP.
Awesome.
So that'll be nice to see.
Well, I think that is a wrap from our side, guys, because
No.
there is not yet. Yes.
Yes. Your cameraman's going, yes.
I'm getting mixed emotions on
Yeah,
whether or
yeah.
not this is over, because we could just talk.
Conflicting signs.
We could just talk all day long.
Oh, we can. Don't get me started.
We definitely need to hook up for a beer later.
Simone,
Francois,
it's nice,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Lekker.
you.
It's been fun, and let's hope we have
Yes.
more fun racing today.
Guys, it's going to be an exciting day. Again, get down here, please. We are at Kalani. It is the Power Series Round 8. It's the final one of this year, okay? So leave the lawnmower for later. Get down here. And I will see you again later on the lunchtime show.
Cheers, guys.